Hello everyone, this is our dear from Advanced Mechanics and welcome to another episode of Know Your Car. So in this week's episode, I'm going to be talking about a sensor in your cooling system that is responsible for monitoring your engine's coolant temperature. So without any waste of time, let's get into the video. So the sensor I'm going to be talking about today is called the engine coolant temperature sensor, or the ECT sensor. The ECT sensor monitors your engine's coolant temperature and relays this information to the electronic control unit of your car, or ECU. The ECU then uses this information to adjust engine parameters like fuel injection, ignition timing, and cooling fan activation. But then you may ask, why is this sensor involved in fuel injection and ignition timing? So during cold starts, when the engine is still cold, the electronic control unit of your car will receive information from the ECT sensor. With this information, the electronic control unit of your car will direct the fuel injectors to inject more fuel into the combustion chamber. This helps your engine to achieve the required air-fuel mixture for optimal combustion. But remember, this only happens when the engine is still cold. But once the engine warms up, the ECT sensor sends information to the ECU to readjust the air to fuel ratio. And this is why the ECT sensor is important in fuel injection. This also applies in ignition timing. The ECU receives information from the ECT sensor to either advance or retard the ignition timing, helping your engine to run smoothly. So the ECT sensor is not only responsible for cooling fan activation, it plays an important role in ignition timing and fuel injection. The ECT sensor is located near the thermostat housing, often where the upper radiator hose connects to the engine. Now you know how the engine coolant temperature sensor works. What are some of the problems that can characterize a failing ECT sensor? So the first thing you're going to notice is that your engine will overheat. And this is because of a bad ECT sensor that is failing to tell the ECU to activate the cooling fans. On the other hand, a bad ECT sensor may tell the ECU to activate the cooling fans even when the engine is not hot. And this will make the engine struggle just to reach operating temperature. The other thing you may notice is that your engine check light may illuminate on a dashboard. And in some rare cases, your engine may also misfire. And this is because of a bad ECT sensor that is telling your ECU to alter with the fuel injection and ignition timing.